Good morning, everybody. Today, today is going to be a doozy. Today, I tackle the worst show I have ever seen. Worse than Mr. Pickles, worse than Uncle Grandpa, or Teen Titans Go. Hell, I'd even say Breadwinners is better than this. Breadwinners! When I was in a chat room, I revealed I intended to do this series. I got a request to do one specific episode, but I found out it was only 3 minutes long, which was shorter than the shorty shorts were. But I still have to do it, so I'm doing 2 episodes in one today. Yep, I am reviewing Big Brother Caillou and Rosie Father's Caillou. While I won't stall for too much longer, there's a couple of things I want to point out. First off, both of these only aired once, then they were banned. Yeah, this isn't turning out so well already. Secondly, I also considered throwing in an episode from a different show, one called Miss BG. Why? Because they're exactly the same damn thing! Caillou is about a little brat who always gets away. Miss BG is about a little brat who always gets away. They both whine when they don't. They both treat each other like dirt. The only differences are that Miss BG goes to middle school, I think, and that her cartoon is made with the worst CGI this side of Donkey Kong Country. Well, let's get this ball rolling with... Oh, God! No! Now I will never get this abysmal thing out of my head! This theme song also goes into the special category of theme songs that I hate. The lead character singing about themselves. Great start. First off is Big Brother Caillou. We start off with...
Oh, you're going to like this
Holy
story.
hell, he's uglier than I... Oh. And who are these
Excuse
kids?
me.
Who are you? I've seen a lot of this show growing up, and I don't remember any of these 3.
Today's story is called Big Brother Caillou.
She's the
happened
narrator.
back-
We see that Caillou is 2.5 years old, and his little sister is about to be born. A couple of days pass, and the parents come home with baby Rosie. Caillou was excited, but now, not as much. As a matter of fact, he seems to have been bitten by the jealousy bug, as he now has a permanent scowl on his face.
Caillou was so unhappy, he didn't even like his doll anymore.
The start of a temper tantrum. He climbs up to her crib, and he gives her a kiss. Then he... Why? I have no words for this.
Caillou, why did you do that to Rosie?
I don't like Rosie.
Why not?
Rosie doesn't play with me.
See what I mean? I know I shouldn't be angry that a child is acting this way, but when younger children are watching this, it gives them the impression that they can act the same way. Why people think Caillou as a role model, I will never know! And another thing, Caillou doesn't even get a punishment for pinching her. This teaches children that they can abuse their little siblings and their parents won't do anything about it. As a matter of fact, the father asks Caillou to help him change her diaper. After that,
Would you like to hold her, Caillou?
I wouldn't let that kid hold a baby rattle, not to mention a baby. Oh, and by the way, this is illegal! Caillou is 2 years old. Even if he wasn't such a jealous brat, he would accidentally drop Rosie at that age due to not having enough arm strength. Well, that was the short, but sweet, but infamous Big Brother Caillou. I hope like hell that's the worst part. Now we get to Rosie Bothers Caillou. Ever had a younger sibling that just bugged the living crap out of you? Well, this is the episode for you. We start off with Caillou building a tower out of blocks. Rosie crashes her truck into it, and Caillou, dear God, I'm reluctant to say this, rightfully tells her not to do that. But he gets more and more agitated with Rosie as she continues to be a destructive force in his playtime. He finds out that she took a couple of his blocks and he chases her. What happens next? Well, he walks into the basement to tell his mom. How does this turn out?
Mommy! Rosie won't stop bothering me.
Maybe she just wants to play with you.
But I don't want to play with her.
Caillou, I'm busy and I can't be solving your problems all the time.
But Mommy!
You and Rosie have to learn how to work out your own problems.
Okay, I don't entirely know who's at fault here. The son for being such a prick, or the mother for being such a prick. Yeah, that's why this episode was banned. Caillou talking back at his mother. Well, one of the two reasons. I personally, I personally hate that Caillou thinks his parents are there just for him and will always do his work for him. Hell, in the abysmal theme song, he says that each day he grows some more, yet he doesn't show it. Granted, a couple of lines later, he says,
Growing up is not so tough, except when I've had enough.
"This kid is a brat. End of story." He goes to his room to read a book when, oh, you know what's about to happen.
Caillou was happy reading his book all by himself without Rosie bothering him.
Go away, Rosie. Go out of my room.
Caillou politely escorts Rosie out of the room. I think it's nap time, don't you? Yeah, it's time to take a nap. Oh, come on! Can't I have this one? Fine.
Books are for reading, not for hitting.
She was banging it against the door, not hitting someone with it. Glad to finally be alone, after his mother carries Rosie off, he begins to read his book and play with his toys until he grows bored. That happens when you're a brat. And once he sets his sights on playing a game, he flicks a switch in his head and decides to play with Rosie. You know what? I get it. It's showing that he learned a lesson. But it also shows that kids can be selfish, self-centered, spoiled, rotten brats with absolutely zero repercussions. Give me a second. I've got to check something. How long did the show run? What? Why? Oh God, you gotta be kidding me. Well, I'm boned. It brings me no pleasure to say, hell with it. I'm ecstatic to say that due to the abysmal role model in Caillou, this show is the first on my channel to get a 1 out of 10. Burn in hell! On a side note, I know that there were puppet shows in between the stories. I planned on reviewing one of those as well, but truth be told, I couldn't find any of them. If I could have, this review might have been saved. But I wouldn't hold your breath on that. If you like this video, give me a like, and click that little red button up there to subscribe for more. Leave a thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. No!
We're not safe until he's dead. He'll come stalking us at night.
So to sacrifice our children to his monstrous appetite.
He'll wreak havoc on our village if we let him wander free. So it's time to take some action, boys. It's time.